A warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to race preview for the Zavaray Poonawalla Bangalore Summer Derby Grade 1 for 3-year-old Indian horses. Distance run is 2,000 meters. We have a look at the first horse coming up is Charismatic. Excellent out of first and only one. Ended up finishing on 11th, having won his last starting when Glorious Strides. Gunsmoke, Havana Gold at a belly floor. Well, the Grey cannot miss it, who finished on 7th out of 16 runners here in his lone outing in Bangalore. Number 3, Matisse is the one, is at a King Daughter Darinza. Well, Matisse was the one who ran 15th on this occasion, having run 5th behind Bishop on the previous outing. Prokofy later more at a Balmoral Castle. This horse ended up 4th, having run 3rd behind Bishop on the previous occasion over that 1400 meter trip. Number 6, Red Bishop was the one who ran 3rd, having run 2nd behind Circle of Dreams. Number 7, Sovereign King, top class at a Starlet. Well, this horse, Sovereign King, back-to-back double, in fact, having won both outings over that varied distances, is Sovereign King. And also coming up for scrutiny is number 8, that Stormy Sea. Went down very narrowly on that occasion, is Stormy Sea, having run 3rd behind Circle of Dreams and 2nd behind Sovereign King. Sporting tongue strap, cross nose band rated as 64, and number 10 in the card, that's Walking Thunder, having finished on 2nd over the trip of 1200 meters, ended up finishing on 13th out of 16 runners in race number 83 behind Sovereign King. So Charismatic was the one who did the running and ended up in that back bunch. Gunsmoke was being produced on the wide outside and finished on 7th. Matisse was the one angling for his run in between runners and got that opening in between, but came and finished on 15th on this outing. Prokofy was the one who ran a mighty race to finish on 4th on this outing behind Sovereign King, was been produced on the wide outside. Red Bishop was even more wider than Sovereign King, came and finished on 3rd on this outing, is Red Bishop. Sovereign King was just inside of Red Bishop and came and emerged victorious to win on this occasion, winning the Colts Championship Stakes, whereas Stormy Sea was waiting to take over the running, was in this position and then ended up finishing on 2nd on this outing, is Stormy Sea. Ran a gutsy performance, in fact, on this outing, put in by Stormy Sea. Walking Thunder got that opening but could only finish on 13th on this outing, is Walking Thunder, with a wall of horses in front, and it was Prokofy was the one who had taken over the running at the final 300 meters, had that lead of almost 2 lengths in front. Stormy Sea was the one who was devouring ground. Big Bay on the inside railing, and Sovereign King was devouring ground. So too was Red Bishop, but Prokofy shortening his stride from it was Stormy Sea and Sovereign King, Red Bishop, but ultimately the results were Sovereign King, Stormy Sea, Red Bishop and Prokofy in the order as they went past the finish line. So Mindful comes in next. Dueler of Armati is Mindful, and Moonstar also coming up for scrutiny. These two runners, we have a look at. Mindful was the one who emerged victorious, having run 3rd behind Eagle Day on the previous occasion in a start to finish attempt, made every post a winning one, and Moonstar was the one who was in that 3rd position and ended up finishing on 3rd itself, is Moonstar, number 14 in the card, and 3rd out of 7 runners right throughout. In fact, having won his first outing here in Bangalore, first outing in Bangalore winter over that 1400 meter trip. Sporting tongue stop rated at 42. Later more at a Stravella is Moonstar, whereas Mindful is a developer of Armati. Sporting blinkers tongue stop rated at 53 is Mindful. Nine will be Supreme Success. Later more at a Sweeping Success. Yet another well-bred horse, Supreme Success. We introduced on the outside, finished on 8th behind Rosario, is Supreme Success, number 9 in the card. Hasn't shown any semblance of form, in fact, where Rosario was the one who had emerged victorious to lift this race by a margin of 6.5 lengths, was Rosario, whereas Supreme Success ended up in the back bunch, finishing on 8th out of 10 runners. Just be 2 home is Supreme Success. Putting blinkers, tongue strap, basket bit, rated at 28. 11 will be Elysium, Win Legend at a Passion to Perform. This is the horse, ran 4th on the first starting behind Ziva, and subsequently put in a smashing performance on this occasion, beating Kiss of Grey by a margin of 12 lengths, and that sums up the story of Elysium in a pillar to post victory, start to finish, one drawing away from the field to win by a margin of 12 lengths, and this horse Elysium is at a Win Legend at a Passion to Perform, won very stylishly. Is Sporting tongue strap, rated at 50, is Elysium. Fynbos comes the next. King Dhaka out of Mahali is Fynbos. And Northern Waves, Dreamfield out of Fly with the Win, number 15 in the card. And number 16 Also coming up for scrutiny is Sunshine. Speaking of which, out of Natalma is Sunshine. But let's have a look at the first runner we go across to in this race is Fynbos. This is the horse having run second behind Sovereign King on the first occasion in race number 39. Subsequently wrapped up that race, winning by a margin of 3 3/4 lengths over the trip of 1600 meters, winning the Fillies Championship Stakes, beating Bishop is Fynbos. King Dakota Mahali putting tongue strap put rated at and high patch rated at 70 is Fynbos, whereas number 15 in the card, Northern Waves, ran fourth out of 16 runners. Fourth right throughout was Northern Waves and ended up finishing on there itself in Fynbos's win in race number 64. And also coming up for scrutiny is number 16 Sunshine, having won his first starting very impressively, ran fifth in the Fillies Championship Stakes, finishing on fifth on this occasion. Tongue crosses band rated at 40. Well, 13 will be Miracle Star. One is last starting last week, in fact, over the trip of 1600 meters. Previously in the Fillies ran 8th out of 16 runners in Fynbos's win. But on this occasion, over the trip of 1600 meters, came and won by a comfortable margin of 1 3/4 lengths. Was ridden way off the pace, came and literally pulverized the opposition, beating Machiavellian by a margin of 1 3/4 of length is Miracle Star. Excellent out of Romantic Stars when tongue stop rated at 38.